What is social learning theory? Social learning theory suggests that social behavior is learned by observing and imitating the behavior of others. Psychologist Albert Bandura developed the social learning theory as an alternative to the earlier work of fellow psychologist B.F. Skinner, known for his influence on behaviorism. While behavioral psychology focuses on how the environment and reinforcement affect behavior, Bandura put forth that individuals can learn behavior through observation. The social learning has four mediational processes that help determine whether a new behavior is acquired: attention, the degree to which we notice the behavior. A behavior must grab our attention before it can be imitated. Considering the number of behaviors we observe and do not imitate daily indicates attention is crucial in whether a behavior influences imitation. Retention, how well we remember the behavior. We cannot perform the behavior if we do not remember the behavior. So, while a behavior may be noticed, unless a memory is formed, the observer will not perform the behavior. And, because social learning is not immediate, retention is vital to behavior modeling. Reproduction, the ability to perform the behavior. This is the ability to reproduce a behavior we observe. It influences our decision about whether to try performing the behavior. Even when we wish to imitate an observed behavior, we are limited by our physical abilities. Motivation, the will to emulate the behavior. This mediational process is referred to as vicarious reinforcement. It involves learning through observing the consequences of actions for other people, rather than through direct experience. In addition to the behavior, rewards and punishment that follow will be studied by the observer. If the observer perceives the rewards to be greater than the costs, punishment, then they will most likely imitate the behavior. If, however, the vicarious reinforcement is not valued enough by the observer, they will not model the behavior. Social learning theory is grounded by several key assumptions. People learn through observation. Reinforcement and punishment have indirect effects on behavior and learning. Mediational processes influence our behavior. Learning does not necessarily lead to change. Examples. Social learning theory examples in everyday life are common, with one of the most evident being the behaviors of children, as they imitate family members, friends, famous figures, and even television characters. If a child perceives there is a meaningful reward for such behavior, they will perform it at some point. Social media presents plenty of social learning examples with people imitating others, whether acting a movie scene, copying dance moves from a music video. And not the least, the many social media challenges people attempt. This frenzied behavior is typically spurred by the desire to be socially accepted or liked. Strengths and weaknesses of social learning theory. One of the primary strengths of social learning theory is its flexibility in explaining the differences in a person's behavior or learning, i.e., when there is a change in a person's environment, the person's behavior may change. An additional strength of the social learning theory is that it allows for different ways of learning. A person can learn through observation or direct experiences. Where the theory falls short is where it neglects the importance of accountability in one's actions. By placing greater weight on the environment, the theory assumes one's behavior and actions are determined by society, not by how a person handles or processes information. The social learning theory further ignores ordinary developmental milestones. Although children do not mature at identical rates, some normal milestones may still occur irrespective of the environmental setting. The theory further fails to account for all behavior, more specifically in the case when there is no apparent role model for the observer to emulate.